Ks Station is a support group formed by few like-minded youths to create awareness about the LGBTQI community and their rights. The group was established in April 2022 with a mission to eliminate stigmas and misconception about the LGBTQI communities of Arunachal Pradesh. The group has been actively curating sensitization programs and meetups. Sawang Wangchha is the founder of AP Queer Station. He is a 29-year-old AP Queer activist who identifies himself as a gay, non-binary person. Along with guiding the support group, Sawang has participated in many national and international queer programs. Yuma Nara Camdir is a 25-year-old psychologist who has been closely working with the members of the group as an ally. Yuma specifically handles the cases of the LGBTQI community as a counselor of psychosocial support group under the aegis of AAPPA since the pandemic.
Hello, Yuma. Hello, Sawang.
Hello, ma'am.
We are so excited that both of you are in the studio, and especially Sawang. I'm so happy that you chose Breakthrough to share your story. So we saw the documentary, and we can see that the AP Queer Station, you are doing a remarkable job in educating, in guiding the LGBTQ community and beyond. What has made you create this group?
I've always wanted to do something for the community. Not just me, but like everyone from the Epic Queer Station, they all wanted to do something. We needed that point, that scratch to start, to begin with. And when I met Yuma, and then I met my other friends from Guwahati and from Delhi and all, they guided me to form this Epic Queer Station where we can start, I would say, revolution or movement. And that is how I started. It's been like only 7 or 8 months now, and we are hoping that we will go far and we will be able to sensitize, educate not just the member of Epic Queer Station, but as well as the allies or the heterosexual community who have no idea about gay, lesbian, or anything like from the spectrum of LGBTQ.
Yes, so post creation of AP Queer Station, do you see any changes in the attitude of our society?
Well, for that, I can only speak for myself only. For example, I want to give a small example. For example, in my office where I work, people are, surprisingly, they are very welcoming, and they have been very supportive of what I am doing. And for them as well, it's a learning process because the conversation has never been done before in the heterosexual world. So yeah, this was very welcoming as well as very supportive from the heterosexual people. That's what I have to say.
Yuma, you have been an active member from the inception of the AP Queer Station. Share with us some of your experience and also some of the challenges you must have faced, you working as a professional psychologist for the members.
This is the first work that is going to happen in Arunachal because prior to this, the client was a trans woman victim and she needed dire help from the police personnels and the social activists as such. At that moment in time, I realized that theoretically, as we are speaking and the discussions are revolving around this topic, but in practicality, we are far back. Still there's so much to do because sensitization of the police personnel and other stakeholders is the need of the hour. That is what I learned, and it's only the beginning.
So coming to that, denial and ignorance of LGBTQI existence into your mental health is often seen as a consequence result of lack of sensitization in our society. So what are some of the ways of sensitization that you as an EP Queer station trying to do?
Yeah, till now we have done only one sensitization program, and that was for the trans women. And also that we are very thankful to Audio Mission team. They gave us like 10 bedded room in case if any trans women who are not able to find a shelter or anything, they are there to help us. So thank you so much to Audio Mission. And yes, we will continue this thing. And we hope that in future we will be able to do more sensitization program for not just for trans women, for gay, for lesbian, for trans men as well, for everyone.
That's excellent what Oju Mission is doing for the queer station. So recently you have done a sensitization program for creating awareness for low keeper like the police and the women helpline.
Yeah.
So how drastic, because right now, just now you mentioned that there are still a lot of things to be talk about, to discuss about, and then to bring awareness about. So how drastic is the need in our society to give sensitization program to this kind of department and then to the NGOs?
You know, we have targeted NGOs. And second thing, we are trying our best is to connect with the security team, talking about police department or people who are there to protect the citizens of India, because they are the ones who can only protect us. Because we are vulnerable people, I may not be the vulnerable one, but like there are a lot of people who are still looking for shelter, who are still looking for job because they have been, like I said, thrown out of their home because of who they are. And right now, we are just focusing on doing taking small steps. And by next year, or maybe by after this, we may be able to find more people who will listen to us. And it is very important. Sensitization is very important because, firstly, we don't have any resources or anything related to LGBTQ, even in NCERT or even any kind of a book you find. So we hope that we will be able to, at least in Arunachal, that's what we are trying our best.
Yes, so in a micro level, since we are talking about sensitization, how crucial is the role of the state government towards the welfare of LGBTQI people, given the present condition?
Yeah, the help of the government is obviously helpful for everyone, not just the LGBTQ people, but yes, they are help small, kind of like tokenism help for the trans women, but the other spectrum of the LGBTQ, they also need some help from the government because we are also citizens of India. So yeah, I hope we will be able to get the or the help from the government. We are expecting that.
Yes. Yuma, you have been closely working with them for now quite some time. So according to you, or according to as a psychologist and as a counselor to them, what are some of the problems that they are facing every day?
Okay, so we have to understand that the core issue is related to attitude. No? So the society as such is cannot just change their outlook or their firm beliefs with just one sensitization program or just interaction with one resource personnel as such. So it takes time. And when we are talking about gender and sexuality, these topics we have to understand is very new and sensitive at the same time. It's not very talked about in the family, in the educational system. So because of that, whatever the outlook towards gender as such is there, that's very cultural specific and at the same time conditioned because of our upbringing as well. So because of that, the main mental health issues that the community members face is gender dysphoria or the internalized homophobia because of the existing phobia and the existing non-acceptance of the society towards them. So because of which the prime mental health issues they face are that of depression, anxiety, suicidal ideation, which is common in when we talk about the heterosexuals as well, but more so when we speak of the marginalized society of the LGBTQIAP+, and we have to understand that in this marginalized community there are more marginalized sections when we look through the intersectional perspective as well.
So mostly the kind of issues and the problem that you are facing every day is because of the way we have been conditioned. The family, the society, and the religion, like they have made to believe, apart from the binary gender, other genders are wrong. They are deviant. So because of this internalization in us, it is very difficult also for the LGBTQI people to come out and then to share openly their identity. So these are some of the issues in which is leading them to depression and other related issues. Well, Sawang, I'll come to you. In today's age of social media, how beneficial is social media in connecting and also in reaching out to all the individuals in our society?
Yeah, in this modern world, I would say that social media is playing a major role in not just in educating the allies or the heterosexual people, but within the community itself, to know about, like, for example, if I want to know about myself, like if I'm feeling in this way or that way, social media is giving us a resource, like, you know, to read down all the articles, and then after that I go to my psychologist, and then they would tell me this and that. And that's how I am, like, kind of affirming, oh, that means I am gay, or that means I am lesbian. That's how social media is helping everyone. And also because of social media only, we are able to have so many members in our Episode station. Yeah, they are still not out, but when you think about 10 years back, it was not like that. Nobody knows what is gay, what is lesbian, but now everybody knows what is transgender, what is gay, what is lesbian. That's what I have to say. And social media is the biggest help that we have received.
So if you are in doubt, then you go to social media to get your answers. So in that way, social media has been very helpful in clarifying the doubts that you are going through.
Yeah. I would say not just in when it comes to the context of LGBTQ, I think social media is helping everyone. If you want to know about certain, like, small things, like how to dress or how to cut the fruit and stuff like that. So it's been very, very helpful to the community.
Yes, if we want to know anything or everything, we just go into social media. It is very important. It is very helpful. But at the same time, it has its own drawbacks.
Yeah.
Because people can use these platforms to victimize and then to bully the LGBTQI people.
Yeah.
So when this sort of things happens, how do you address this kind of issues?
It's become very easy even for the bullies to find a way to harass any particular person, irrespective of what their gender are. So for me, how I deal with this is that I don't give so much of importance to the negative things that are coming on my way, because I feel like people who are not accepting of this LGBTQ people, they are those people who are ignorant. They are those people who have not learned so much about the world. It's not their fault. It's only us who can educate them. And then it's like you said in the beginning, more sensitization programs needs to be done, and those events can be put up in social media, in the cloud, and then in future, I hope that those kind of more materials will be available in social media, so that people from Arunachal itself, they can use them for educating the society as a whole.
People are pulling because they are ignorant.
Yeah.
Certain section of the social media, and especially the Bollywood,
Yeah.
they have stereotypes.
Yeah.
They already stigmatize, LGBTQI people
Yeah.
by portraying you all in a very negative way.
Yeah.
So with the kind of their resources in reach, instead of, sensitizing the people, they are making it worse.
Yeah.
So Yuma, with your kind of experience, this kind of wrong portrayal of the LGBTQI in the Bollywood, what kind of impact this is going to have in our society, especially because we are so much influenced by the Bollywood culture?
If we take the example of Bollywood only, because they are portraying the community in a negative light, people think that, oh, gay bolne se, like people, men are like this. Yes. Like some of the gestures, body language, they associate in a negative connotation when we are talking, because of this is creating a negative direct impact on the people. So because of which, many of the community members also, they fear coming out, because they think, because people already have that preconceived negative misconceptions because of the media, and because of which many community members also, as clients, when they come to us as psychologists, they ask, because they see in the internet and they try to self-diagnose themselves. They think कि, oh, these are the issues I am facing. हम देखने में ऐसा है, या हम कपड़ा ऐसा पहनता है तो हम ऐसा है, और मेरा ये बीमार हो सकते हैं, ये हो सकते हैं. They try to self-diagnose, which is very wrong, because when
dangerous too.
Exactly, because when we see it in a physical connotation, जब हम लोग बीमार होता है, we go to a doctor rather than on the top like counter से medicine लेना, उसका side effect बहुत होता है. Similar fashion में mental health का भी, जब ये so many factors की वजह से problems होता है, rather than self diagnosis, it's very good to go and seek help from a professional ना. तो ये चीज जो अच्छे से दिखाता भी नहीं है मूवीज में एंड रॉन्गली पोर्ट्रे करते हैं, तो जो लोग नहीं जानते ऑलरेडी, उन लोगों के लिए फिर जो अलग रिसोर्स पर्सन लोग, जैसे कि सावंग लोग, दे आर ऑलरेडी वर्किंग इन द ग्राउंड लेवल, तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट इट ओनली एक्ट्स एज अ बैरियर. सो मीडिया को भी सेंसिटाइज होना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
because of
Someone
media,
you can add more.
yeah,
to
I
it,
want to
yes.
add to this thing, like how media is how media are presenting us, not just in Bollywood but in general in any kind of film production or anything. Like the word gay and hijra, they are used as some kind of slur, so that they can bully someone, and that is how this world runs. Mainly because of maybe because of patriarchal society.
Yes.
So being a little bit effeminate or a little bit, someone who like to dress this way or that way, they are being treated like looked down or something like that. So it is very important that media take the responsibility of what they are doing, because of them only we are able to liberate ourselves, as well as we are able to feel insecure. Because of them only. So I just request the whole media team, whoever is watching this, to be more careful of what they are doing. Yes. Yeah. But how they have portrayed with the word or with the character they are showing in the television, that has made destroyed the mind of the
image.
Yes. Image of the person who is receiving or who is watching on television. Yeah.
So even for me, it is how we have portrayed, the media have portrayed, that has damaged the image.
Yeah, exactly, ma'am. Even for me, it was very hard to come to the term that I'm a gay person, because of media only. Because gay means like you are some kind of joker or some kind of, laughing stock, so that people can laugh and earn money. That's how media has always portrayed us.
On this note, we are going to take a short candy break. Yes, welcome back in conversation with Sawang, founder of AP Queer Station, and Yuma, psychologist and guest lecturer in RGU. Yes, Sawang, I'll come to you in a conversation with the team. You shared that being an LGBTQI activist in our state is comparatively different, owing to the close-knit community system. Can you explain more on it?
Yeah, it is, I would say, not, it's very hard. I have to be very honest, because we live in a community system, like you said. Because if you come out, that means you have to be like, everyone going to know about you, not just a family people, but the whole community people. They are all involved in this process of coming out and all. So because of that reason only, a lot of people are not able to, because I know a lot of people who are texting me, calling me, but they say it cannot
Openly coming out.
Yeah, to the
Because
meetup.
of the fear of rejection,
Yeah,
and
even
discrimination.
Yeah, so they are fearing of coming to the Epic Station meetup and all. So yeah, it is very hard. It is very hard.
So you have so many people who personally text you, but openly they are not coming out. So what are some of the steps that we can take so that they will be able to come out without the fear of the rejection, either from their family or the society?
Yeah, right now I haven't really thought about how to make them feel safe, or how to make them feel, just come here and we are there for you. It's not easy. Coming out is a personal journey, and we can only assure them that if you come here, maybe you will feel a little bit like
Secure.
Secure. So that's how we tell them that if you at least try to come to the station meetup and all, you might feel safe and share all your struggles, so that you will be able to, and it will help your mental health.
Yes, you can
Yeah.
open up.
Yeah, open up.
Yes.
So yeah, few people are coming, but not everyone. It's not easy for everyone.
Yeah. So Sawang, how was your journey? How supportive were your family in your journey?
My family, obviously, in the beginning, like everyone else, they were all very, I won't say opposed, but they were all skeptical. They were all confused. But eventually, they started learning with me. So now we are in the good terms. And yeah, my mother, she's still struggling, a bit denial, and she still feels that I will one day marry a girl and stuff like that. But I hope she will understand.
We are in a place that we cannot directly blame our parents, because this is something very new for the parents. And these are not taught even in the school. Even us, we are learning now. So the EP Queer Station, when you come and when you meet up, do you blame the society or the family when you don't get the support?
I think there's no excuse to homophobia. I feel like that, but I believe that the main focus should be on educating more and more people. And I think we should not play the blaming game that because of society or because of us. If we say that a lot of people from the community themselves, they are not able to come out. They are not able to start the conversation. So how they are going to understand what is LGBTQ? So that is what I want to tell everyone, that not just the heterosexual community, but also the homosexual community. We all have to learn together. We all have to, do our best to educate about
I
it.
like the word you said. We have to start having the conversation.
Yeah.
Because that is one thing which is not happening in the family.
Yes.
We are not having that conversation, because most of the time in the family, if they think one of their children is not the way they think they are, they try to ignore it.
Yeah.
They want to be like the ostrich who just want to bury their head under the sand and think that everything will be all right.
Yeah.
But in a recent UK survey, which I just read, parents, they think they are doing good for the children when they find out like one of their children is a gay. They say, okay, you don't be with that company, and if you go the other way, you'll be fine. But they don't realize that the children ended up thinking like the parents, they don't love them or they hate them. So it is mentally affecting the children. But parents also, on their own way, they think they are doing the right thing for the children.
Yeah.
So in this kind of a situation, what is the thing that should be done, Yuma?
In the cases wherein the family is not very supportive in nature, there are always other options that the person can go and seek help with. Like say for example, obviously it's undenying that family plays us a very crucial role. So from my research experience, I would like to highlight that in the preliminary study that I did on 75 LGBTQ people from Arunachal, the main highlighting feature that came out was that family is not very supportive enough. We think that we are in a tribal society and acceptance will be a lot more than that of the mainlanders, because tribal culture is as such that we do not try to discriminate a lot. However, having said that, there does exist, and because of which only we can say, I think in Epicos station also, even if not many members that we think of will be coming, they come. However, the number has increased because Epicos station is providing a platform where the community members get a sense of belongingness, which they are not getting from the family.
Yes.
So like that, additional supplementary resources should be available. And if in case of domestic violence, which we do see in clients, so if that is there, then if they are approaching the law and enforcing institutions like the police, the judiciary system as such, they also should be sensitized about this particular topic.
Yes, because talking about the family, there itself, I read that marginalization of the LGBTQI people starts from the place that you're born in, and that was very sad. Once a family comes to know that one of their children is not a heterosexual, then they started treating differently. They think something is wrong. So in this kind of situation, what should we do that the family should give the support to the children that is required?
I feel that sensitization and awareness will only come if we talk a lot more about it in the society. Because if we think commonsensically also, when in a hospital setup, child is born, the doctor sees that if the child has a penis, the doctor says that, oh, aapka ladka hua hai, badhai ho. If the child is born with a vagina, directly the doctor will say ki, oh, aapka ladki hua hai, but based on the sex. But we have to understand gender and sex is different. Gender is something that the child later on, as one develops, then it gradually they think for themselves what gender category they will fall into, and it's on a continuum, it's a spectrum. It's not only like a black and white space.
Yeah, it's fluid.
It's fluid in nature.
And also, I feel like we as the whole society are making it unnecessarily controversial or stuff. Now, because, I'm just like any other heterosexual person only. My only
it's only the perception.
Perception.
It's the perception, because we are conditioned to think certain thing is right, certain thing is wrong. So to come out of that, the way we have been talking, sensitization, education, awareness is very important. Yes, kindly continue.
Yeah, so I was saying that we are just like any other ordinary straight person. The only thing that I am different from my brother is that I like men and he like girl. That's it. So that's all I.
Yes. So one of the most important debated topic in the globe that is going around is the use of pronouns. But people are still not aware and confused about the usage of he, him, or she, her, they, them. Can you please explain?
It will be very, I would say, respect and love for the trans people as well, because we are making them sure that we are listening to them. We are listening to what they are feeling. Because if I change my sex, I don't want, if I'm a transgender and if I change my sex, I don't want anyone, my brother or anyone come to me and address me as a he, him. Because that's not me. And if he continue saying he, him to me, that would be a very disrespectful, because that's not me. I know who I am. So I am kindly telling you with my name that my pronouns are she, her, they. I think they should respect that. Just an example I'm giving, though my pronouns are he, him only.
So the use of pronoun is mostly to make things more easier for the whole people, because once you know how to address someone, it becomes easier, because like your gender identity and your gender expression might be different.
Yes.
Like my gender identity, I might look like a girl, but maybe inside I might feel like a man.
Yeah.
So if I am clear about he, him, then that awkwardness is not there.
Not there.
Yes, then even I'll be like, I'll feel accepted. That person is addressing me like the way I want. So the use of pronoun is mostly to make things more easier in the conversation and for everyone. And anyway, talking about now globalization, I'll come to the LGBTQI people. One of the large-scale events that are being organized to celebrate all forms of identity and sexuality is the Pride Parades. I think already once was done in Roing in 2019. So in Itanaka also, when are we going to see one?
I feel like it will be done very soon, because in our last sensitization program, Jimmy sir, he was a guest, and he assured us that if we conduct any kind of event or if we face any kind of problem, they are always there for us. So if we have that kind of person who make us sure that we are there for you, so I think we will definitely by next year we will for sure organize Pride Rally soon in Itanaka.
Yes, that is the kind of assurance we need.
Yeah. Because right now our main focus is the visibility of LGBTQ people. And through Pride Rally and all, they can give us that the thing that we are looking for, the visibility.
Yes, Yuma, I'll come to you. For an individual to come out of the closet often entails emotional and mental challenges to come out from the closet. So as a society, how do we make that journey more acceptable and normalized like the way it should be?
I think first of all, initiating a dialogue, be it in the closeted space of a house by a family, through other institutions like religion, because we often do not think about, mostly we think about institutions that affect our and shape our beliefs to be that of educational institutes, or like that phrase begins, charity begins at home, so we confine that to family. However, like religion also plays a very important role, because when we are dealing through intersectional lens, when we see the people who belong to the economically deprived section of the society, who are very orthodox in their beliefs. So in that, this particular belief कि ये community से है, LGBT community से है तो पाप है, you are a sinner. So that thing only like acts as a very strong barrier. Na? So even if the family was accepting enough, this leads like a objecting thing which negates their this thing, entire authentic identity as such. We are thinking of sensitizing the family, making a collective as well for them, so that they don't feel left out, या फिर they don't feel कि मेरा बच्चा का साथ ही ऐसा है. When these things they feel कि normal है, ये society में होता है, the definition of normality changes, then I think it will be helpful for them to accept their children also. ना? तो वो familiarity grounds को लाने के लिए we are thinking of making sensitization this thing, events, conducting events for the parents, for the teachers and other professionals as well, because जितना हम लोग इसका बारे में बात करेगा उतना हम लोग का comfortness होगा and उतना ही हम लोग एक दूसरे को समझ पाएगा, or else what's the use of being a family, right? तो I think all this will move in a direction जब ऐसा टाइप का डायलॉग भी होगा, this will air in the social media platforms, people will get to know about it, जो नहीं जानता था they'll try to look about it on the internet.
That's true. What is the point of being a family if you cannot discuss and if you cannot talk and if you cannot support? Sawang, I want to ask about the educational institute here. How sensitive are they towards the LGBTQI people?
Well, in a place like India, it is very, very hard for every world population. Yeah, because like we said in the beginning of this show that there are no articles or there are no resources available for anyone to just to speak and understand what is gay or what is lesbian. So I would say that we need a lot of sensitization even in an education departments and all, so that any child who feels different, any child who feels that he or she is part of the community, they will be able to feel safe and they will be able to be themselves. Because for me personally, when I was in high school, I always had to pretend like I am the, I'm just like my friend, I'm the man and I will have a girlfriend. But the fact was that I was just faking it. So that is not what I want for any child who are going through this situation in life, and I hope we should start the dialogue in school first.
Because according to a survey done in US, most of the LGBTQI people, 40% of them are school dropouts. Why? Because they fear going to school, because they are being attacked, because they are being bullied, because they are being harassed, and there is intolerance shown against the LGBTQI people. So even when it comes to the educational institute, lots has to be done. And it is said that the mental disorder amongst the LGBTQI are not symptoms of sexual orientation, but it is a symptom of discrimination and the fear of discrimination. Can you just enlighten us?
The International Classification of Diseases by WHO, they depathologized कि जो भी ये लोग community members लोग का gender and sexuality का उस तरफ से जो भी निकल के आता है, that is not directly उसके वजह से we cannot pathologize कि इनका mental health problem है ना. तो these or जैसा I was talking about earlier, the gender dysphoria, internalized homophobia, and the body image issues and concerns that the community members especially have, all these are to do with how they have been portrayed through the media, या how they have been represented, या society कैसा उनको perceive करता है, rather than because वो लोगों ने जो choose किया उसकी वजह से नहीं होता है ना.
People are confused, but LGBTQI people are into depression, or they commit suicide, or they are into this, in that because of their sexuality. But that is not the case. It is because of the fear of the discrimination and because of the discrimination.
And to add on to it, I think when we converse with the family members of the community members as well, we see that उन लोगों को लगता है कि even the heterosexuals, they are like कि मेरा बच्चा अगर से for example इसका साथ खेलेगा तो वो भी gay हो जाएंगे.
Yes.
That's like, and we have to think that whenever like we are conversing about this particular topic also, gender and sexual identity is like just one part. It's not the complete entire personality as such, na. And उसका जो whatever the person is choosing for themselves, it's their own personal choice. It is not to do with कि अगर हम ज़्यादा LGBT के बारे में हम aware होगा तो I'll also turn a lesbian. That's completely not the thing. Because if I speak for myself, I am aware of it, and because of which I am able to, at least on a minimal terms, help out some other people who are struggling with it. it's nothing to do with इसके वजह से मेरा sexual orientation, me being cisgendered heterosexual woman, I'm turning into a lesbian. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है ना. उल्टा awareness ज़्यादा होता है, and you will be able to as an individual accept and contribute back to the society by helping them.
Yes.
For example, like I grew up in a family where everything is heterosexual, the system is heterosexual, but they never would turn me into heterosexual. Just like that only, you cannot become homosexual.
By associating with
Yeah, yes.
So, yes, after hearing our conversation, especially your journey, I'm sure our viewers must have learned so much. And before we come to an end, I would like both of you to share your one breakthrough moment in your life that has made the courageous person that you both are. Yes, Sawang, you go first.
So, like in school, I have been a very like good student, like always top 10, top 5 in study when it comes to study. But gradually, when I started learning more about like myself, that I'm different from my friends, it affected me. Because you know, some friends come to me and they would say, "अरे तुम तो थोड़ा मतलब अलग है, तुम क्यों ये पसंद है? तुमको तो हम लोग के साथ में यहाँ जाना है, वहाँ जाना है," and all things. It really affected my mental health, and that leads to me not able to focus on my study, and I was not able to share that with my mom or dad or anyone, and I went to Guwahati and I met my friends who are activists and all. They started to educate me more about, you know, how to be yourself and how not to be nervous and all this thing. Yeah, that's where I
was
started.
the breakthrough moment for
Yeah,
you.
yeah. To start this journey of fighting for the queer community.
Associating with like-minded individuals have helped me a lot, because who understand me, my point of view, my perspective, and in a way like give their help by giving their perspective and their life, sharing their life experiences, because giving someone their consent and trying to make other people understand, and because that is how we exchange ideas, we exchange information and understand each other. It's always better to first off like start a conversation, be it in any of the context, and for that I think I would like to first acknowledge and thank you and show my gratitude, because we are very young and our association is also very young, both APA as well as EPQR station, and mostly the older generations or like the other people, they try to do away with the experiences, and they try to associate age with experience, but then giving us the platform, it will only motivate us in the right direction. And I think as many of the community members are opening up, us being almost at the same age with them, we try to it's very easier to start conversation with us, because it's easier to understand this perspective as well, no? So lastly, the last message I would like to convey to anyone struggling is, no matter like how hard or how difficult the entire journey might be, but you will get through it. And if the coping mechanisms of yours is not strong enough, and you at any point in time you feel that you need to seek help, it's always best to approach mental health professionals. And APA is also one such organization who is working on this particular domain, and if the disorder is manifested on a larger severity, then we'll be able to become the bridge, and we'll try to provide other affirming professionals and associate it with them. So
Yeah, thank you, Yuma. And I'll come back to Sawang. Sawang, you are someone who has initiated the EPQR station. Is there any message you would want to say now to our viewers?
Yeah, to the viewers or to someone who is still in the closet, I just want to say that you are already a very brave person, and you have come a long way. And if you feel like you need to talk to someone, if you feel like you want to share something about your life because you feel like you are different, or you feel like you are a part of the community, we are always there. We are always there for you, and we will try our best to give you that space where you can be yourself,
Sawang, thank you so much for choosing Breakthrough to share your story. And like Sawang says, you can be yourself, and the family, the society should be able to accept for what we are. Thank you so much. Thank you, Yuma, for joining us. Yes, before you leave, we have prepared a small gift hamper for both of you. So the products that you see here, all these are locally sourced. This is from the Arunachal spices. This is Camdir rice. Then we have got more spices from the same brand. Then we have pudding tea, cookies from E&Ks, brownies also. Then we have got mug, we have got mask. Then we have this beautiful postcard. This is been done by Akom, a very well-known artist from our state. So this is for you, Yuma. And you're looking gorgeous in your pink.
Same.
Yes, and this is for Sawang.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sawang, thank you
so
Sawang,
much.
for coming to Breakthrough. Thank you, viewers, for tuning in with this episode. To be with us again next week in same channel. Until then, take care and goodbye.